Welcome to Rants and Reels. Today we're going to go see Wonder Park.
Hey, get back here!
I see trees of green.
Whoa.
Red roses too. I see 'em bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
No way.
Wonderland is now open! Boy, it's gonna be a great day!
1, 2, 3, snort!
You might want to hold on.
We am the wonder in Wonderland.
What a wonderful world.
Alright, so we've just come out of the theater after watching Wonder Park. First, I'm sorry, I have a terrible cold, so I'm going to try to keep this brief. In no uncertain terms, I loathed that film. I think that it ultimately is teaching a damaging and dangerous lesson to children by undermining its own metaphor. It has built into it a metaphor for grief, coping with either the loss of or the sickness of a parent. They just undermined that metaphor by giving it a happy ending. Sorry, spoiler warning. Yes, happy ending. Everything's okay. There's no expositional explanation for what happens, which is okay because you're making it for kids. You don't need much more than you've got a sick parent who has gone away to the hospital. For kids, that's okay. The problem comes up is the use of Wonder Park is an imaginary. Wonderland is an imaginary theme park created by a little girl and her mother. The mother gets sick, goes away, I'm assuming to the hospital. They don't really explain that. Mother goes away for a while. Kid carries on for a little while, then eventually succumbs to grief, sadness. Possibly because they never explained what was going on, and so she was just overwhelmed and trying to cope on her own. That's my own projection, but she succumbs to grief. The park starts to collapse in the imaginary world, which she visits, I guess. And then they have to save it by, banishing the darkness, by realizing that you gotta just kind of carry on with things. And you arrive in a place where you are emotionally okay, and everything works out in the end. Everything's fine. Everybody's fine. it completely robs the metaphor that they were building of any resonance or meaning. I would never in 100 years show this to my kids. My kids and my family and everybody I know has dealt with actual grief and loss and confusion, and building in that if you just stop feeling sad, everything will be okay. Because really, whether they intended it or not, that's what this film said. That's what it's telling kids. And it's the wrong message, and I think no matter how cute it is, no matter how well made it is, no matter how much you enjoy the ride, at the end, you are robbed of meaning. You are robbed of anything of value that you could take from this film, even entertainment, because it undercuts itself so badly. And I'm going to keep this brief. This movie really kind of pissed me off. So, but I'm trying not to be too hard on it, because I really think it's the wrong message to send kids. Because we really should be, you really should teach children how to cope with that emotion, with that level of grief and loss in a healthy way. Not a way that has no value. Oh, I could go on and on and on, but this is a worthless film. And you know what? Maybe I will sit down later and do an amendment to this. Like I said, I'm not feeling well right now. I'll do that.